What is the point of increasing your value? If you watch the Game of Thrones, I'm going to give you some ideas. Tywin Lannister, the House of Lannister, in the real world would have run that show.
Any man who must say, "I am the king," is no true king. I'll make sure you understand that when I've won your war for you.
My father won the real war. He killed Prince Rhaegar. He took the crown while you hid under Castle Rock.
We could arrange to have you carried.
There are levels of high-value men, but a man that has all the power and influence has the highest level of value. A man that is respected and does not have to say much to show you his value. You just see it in his eyes, his posture, a sigma.
J.R.R. Martin made that show to where, or the book to where he died. In the real world, they would have been the Medicis. They would have been the Roosevelts, the Rockefellers. They would have gone on and on and on. So I'm going to go into the alternate universe for the Lannisters. And I'm going to make them black. Because I'm black. I'm going to make them black. And we're going to call them the Lancasters. No, we just call them the Lannisters, and they can still be white. It doesn't matter. But here's the point: Tywin Lannister was never trying to be the king. He was concerned about power and influence. One thing that made Tywin powerful is he never sought the top job. Too many of you guys trying to be high value, you want to be the number one. You want to be a king, especially you black guys. You want to be the one out in front, and I'm sorry, the market gets to decide. The market gets to decide who's out in front, and there's only one lead singer. Think about the 5 heartbeats. Everybody's fighting over the microphone. No, you want to control. You want to own the studio and the music and the masters. Damn, own the microphone. There's always some new star. Be the hand behind the throne or the ear of power. Tywin Lannister would have gone on and on and on and on in the real world, and that's the OG. That's a truly high-value man. You know how he's a high-value man? Because even as crazy as Joffrey was, King Joffrey, when Tywin Lannister spoke, Joffrey shut his sadistic self up. Tywin Lannister was so cold that when Joffrey, as king, "I am the king," and da-da-da-da-da-da, and going off and he said, I mean, he was roasting Tywin, right? He was capping on him. He was calling him all kind of sissies and fags and this and that and punks and wearing purses and all this other kind of stuff. And what Tywin Lannister said? I think the king is tired.
My father won the real war. He killed Prince Rhaegar. He took the crown while you hid under Castle Rock.
Stop the cap.
The king is tired. See him to his chambers.
Come along.
I'm not tired.
We have so much to celebrate. A wedding to plan. You must rest.
Grand Maester, perhaps some essence of nightshade to help him sleep.
I'm not tired!
Stupid!
Come.
That was it. I am not tired. I think the king needs some rest. And then his mother, the queen, the maester, jumped up. Every powerful person in that kingdom at that table moved on Tywin Lannister saying, I think the king is tired. Maester, maybe some essence of nightshade to help him sleep. Tywin Lannister put the king to frickin' bed. The king had the mic right. Tywin understood power, and Joffrey understood power. And power lays where the people put it. Joffrey was the king, but nobody ever mistook what power was.
Tywin Lannister exemplifies several traits that are often associated with leadership and power. While his methods might not always be morally justifiable, there are qualities in his character that can be seen as important in certain contexts. 1. Strategic thinking. Tywin was a master strategist. His ability to plan and execute military and political maneuvers was exceptional. Being able to think strategically is crucial in many aspects of life, from business to personal relationships. 2. Leadership. He commanded respect and loyalty from his followers. His leadership style, though stern and at times ruthless, ensured that people paid attention and followed his lead. The capacity to inspire and lead others is invaluable in various spheres. 3. Financial acumen. House Lannister was known for its wealth, and Tywin was adept at managing resources and leveraging financial power. Understanding finances and being able to make smart decisions with money can be crucial in achieving success. 4. Ruthlessness when necessary. While not an admirable trait in itself, Tywin's readiness to make difficult and sometimes harsh decisions could be seen as a demonstration of his unwavering determination to achieve his goals. There are instances where making tough decisions becomes essential, albeit in more ethical and humane ways. He was wealthy, influential, politically astute, and a formidable strategist. He commanded respect and fear from both allies and enemies alike due to his power, intelligence, and ruthlessness when needed.
And in my version of Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister would not have gone to the Knight's Guard or the King's Guard. French toast that. He would have been right under his father, as he should have been, as an apprentice, learning how to do what he should have done. Remember when Jaime was in Tywin Lannister's tent and Tywin was skinning a deer or something like that? And he was saying, I need you to become the man you should have been. Jaime Lannister was born into a position of power and principle and influence, but he threw it all away. But in my telling of Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister will continue to move on. That's the guy who was born under a father who could teach him something. But I also need to move you into another world, the Littlefingers of the world. In my version, Littlefinger would have kept on living. In my world, Varys wouldn't have been snipped. In my world, you'd have had Jaimes, you'd have had Varys's, and you'd have had Littlefingers. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed Tyrion. My bad. Tyrion. You had Jaime, who had the jawline, but he didn't have the discipline. In my world, Jaime would have not gone to Kingsguard, but he would have had to stand back. But Tyrion was born the direct opposite, a dwarf with the mentality. And in my world, those two would have worked together to surpass Tywin. Because they wouldn't have gone and done the Cain and Abel, they'd have worked together. Jaime would have been the front man, Tyrion would have been the back, the guy behind. They loved each other as brothers, and they wouldn't have fought. They would have worked together to say, this is how we do this. No one will ever accept me as a dwarf and as an ugly little sawed-off dude as king, but I will be your hand, brother. You will be the king, and we will run this shit. Not only will we run Westeros, we'll go take Easteros, we'll go make dragons. Why is this important? Because Littlefinger and Varys show you that you can increase your value. Tyrion and Jaime show you that even if you were born into it, it's not a guarantee that you're going to maintain it. It comes down to choices. So, increasing your value. Let me go very high level. For women, increasing your value. There are some things that are important for women. And one of the most important things for women is understanding that even though you're the queen, you're still the king's wife. Your value is in the ability to keep a high value man. I'm sorry. that you don't like that. But that's how the world looks at it. And again, I deal in reality. You can be an accomplished woman, but if you're 40, unmarried, no children, the world looks at you as something's wrong. You are judged heavily on the caliber of man you can keep. Not get, not deal with, but keep. So, career path, some of the things that high value men tend to look for in women. They don't want women to compete with them. Rarely will you find a high value man that wants a power couple kind of thing. Sure, they may exist, but in general, if they exist, they're different. Most high value men want women to play the wife role, the feminine role. Or if she has a career path or a calling, it's something that she can do from home or from a home office. He doesn't want her out there up under another man's leadership. Let's just be real with it. So, ladies, are you doing anything right now that you're going to college for? You need to go, if you were going to college, go to college to get a degree in something that you can work a business from home. Accounting's a good one.
You just sent the most powerful man in Westeros to bed without his supper.
You're a fool if you believe he's the most powerful man in Westeros.
A treasonous statement. Joffrey is king.
You really think a crown gives you power?
No.